Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Monday morning, the 1st of April. Happy April Fools to you all. Alright, in this video we're going to talk about the Sebastian Rogers case again today. I'm going to address a comment from a comment section that I responded to yesterday, but it's a worthwhile thing to consider, not just for Sebastian's case, but for cases in general. So I'm going to showcase that comment, not to deride the person who asked, but it's a valid thing to talk about. Also, I'm going to explain what I think has happened and that inconsistency between the cops and Seth originally saying that there was a dog track in the construction site, and then the cops and Seth later saying that there wasn't. I think I possibly know the answer. Let's go. Okay, let's address the dog track and the footprints at the construction site first. Now, we heard initially from the cops and Seth that there was a dog track at the construction site. And then when people have gone through the dispatch archives for Sumner County, there was a lot of chatter between first responders on the morning of the 26th of February, immediately after Sebastian was reported missing. The 911 call came in at 6:33. They got on the ground within 10 minutes. First responders were out there searching the immediate vicinity. So it was a very quick response. And Max was the first dog on the scene, at least that's highlighted in the dispatch chatter. Don't know what breed of dog Max is, don't know what his specialism is, but here's what I think happened. Max got a scent, right? And if Max was just sent out to find any human scent, he found one. And he found one that went around the retaining pond, and you also hear them talking about him tracking back towards beach. Let's play that dispatch audio. I got this from True Crime with Eve, and I'll leave a link to this on her channel in the description box.
Max picked track back up, going into the construction site over here, back towards beach.
That's one behind you. It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? You shouldn't have any shoes on.
Negative, this is all dry, hard packed. I do have some footprints over here.
Right there where you're standing?
Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining pond.
No shoes, just footprints?
My shoes, but Max went straight into the pond. Max led me straight to the retaining pond. Over behind Willow Boulevard, he dove right into the water.
So Max definitely got a scent, and I would assume that Max was tracking any human scent. I think it may have been a little bit too early, maybe, for them to have gone into the house and got scent items specifically relating to Sebastian. So they normally use something like a sock, or they take a swab from inside of a shoe. That's popular because in the inside of a shoe, you've not got contamination from other people who might have handled that item, because who sticks their hand inside another person's shoe? I guess another person could be wearing it, which would contaminate the scent. But they can use a variety of items, underwear, any item of clothing, honestly. So I don't know specifically what scent article they used for Sebastian, but we do know that there was a number of dogs out there. So I think Max was tracking a human scent, but possibly somebody just, I don't know, out there early in the morning walking their dog. Like, you know, maybe he lives in a nearby house and was just kind of walking their dog around that construction site. Could have been the day before. Could have even been 2 days before, because that's clay and that would hold a scent really well. So I don't think that Max was tracking a scent-specific track. But when dogs went out that were tracking specifically Sebastian's scent, they didn't get a track. So the initial track was hopeful, but because the dogs who came later, who were tracking Sebastian's specific scent, they didn't get anything. They deduced that the track that Max found wasn't Sebastian. I think it's a matter of deduction, like process of elimination, so to speak. So I don't think Max was wrong. I just don't think Max found Sebastian's scent because Sebastian's scent wasn't there. Why wasn't Sebastian's scent there? Well, didn't go to the construction site, did he? So I think possibly we need to lay that theory to bed, that he got out via the construction site. But here's the comment that I want to address. It's a valid comment. I did respond to it when I found it, but it's a useful comment just to showcase because it brings up a valid point. So Andrew James 8980 says, I'm so tired of hearing about dogs. When's the last time a dog solved a crime using its nose? If anyone has hunted deer, they have about the same scent capabilities as a dog. Yet you can fool a deer pretty easily and randomly. Sometimes they get you, other times they walk right up to your tree stand and have no clue. Well, first of all, dogs are not deer. Even if they have the same number of olfactory receptors, they may process it very, very differently. Because, for one, dogs are predators and deer are prey animals. So they may process scent differently. But that's an aside. Dogs are not deer. So equating a deer with a dog's not going to work for you. But when was the last time a dog solved a crime? Well, many dogs solve many crimes. I'm going to show you some examples, but two that you may remember from the recent past. Danilo Cavalcante was caught by a dog. They were on his trail. He was trying to slither away, so they unleashed the dog. The dog found him, and that dog detained him. Sean Williams from Tennessee, who escaped from Greene County on his way to federal court recently. Sean Williams ran to Florida. There was a sighting of him. He ran away. By the time the cops got there, he was hiding out. They unleashed the dogs, and the dog got him. But I follow a number of accounts on Twitter relating to police dogs in my local area. So I follow Lancashire police dogs, Greater Manchester police dogs, Mersey police dogs. I think I follow others. Mersey police dogs post a lot. So I'm going to read you, just for the month of March, the crimes that Mersey police dogs have solved. So 11 hours ago, earlier tonight, a male in possession of a weapon damaged his partner's car before he was detained by officers. With no weapon found, PD Euler was asked to assist. Following a search of nearby fields, Euler located the male's discarded baseball bat, which will be used in evidence in court. Well done, Euler. March 29th, earlier tonight in Highton, males fled and hid from patrols. PD Miz was nearby, who loves hide and seek. Shortly after finding one male hiding, he then found his discarded machete. Arrested. No more knives. PD Miz, the day before that, March 28th, and handler attended a report of a serious violence offence in St Helens, with one injured party having fled. Miz tracked in difficult conditions, locating the victim with multiple injuries and ensuring emergency care was provided. Well done, Miz. March 26th. Last night, a female wanted on recall to prison was causing issues at an address, and PD Wish and her handler arrived. The team located the female in the garden armed with glass as she threatened to harm herself. Wish made her intentions clear, causing her to drop the glass. Arrested. March 25th. Last night, a young vulnerable male was involved in a domestic incident before he left the address and disappeared into the woods. Concerned for his welfare, PD Quigger and her handler began searching and tracking him through boggy fields and dense woodland before finding him. Clever girl. March 24th, earlier, a stolen motorbike failed to stop for RPU. It's RPU, I don't know. Before the two male riders fled on foot. PD Quigger was on scene within seconds, tracked them through a church as Matrix officers stopped 2 males a couple of streets away. It's no surprise Quigger tracked straight to them. They're just playing games. They're playing hide and seek. March 24th again, same dog. Last night, a male failed to stop for Matrix officers before he abandoned the car. He made good, but his identity was soon established when PD Quigger picked up a track locating his driving licence and papers issued by police custody, having recently just been released. March 24th, they were busy. A male who was responsible for an aggravated burglary made off from patrols in possession of a knife before he was detained by officers. He threw the knife while running and officers were unable to locate it until PD Euler came along and used her brilliant nose to find it. March 22nd, in the early hours of the morning, PD Brutus assisted RPU after a stolen motorcycle failed to stop for them. Male ran off, however, PD Brutus tracked one of the males who was hiding up someone's drive behind a set of electric gates. Well done, Brutus. March 20th, PD Zach assisted Mersey Police Traffic and MVET colleagues in the Speak area after the recent theft of a vehicle. The vehicle was located and the driver tried his chance at running and hiding. Zach found the male hiding in a nearby garden. Arrested. See, these are very easy tracks for these dogs, very easy. After Mersey Police Traffic stopped a vehicle in Speak, one male made off on foot into a wooded area. He wasn't counting on PD Zara being hot on his heels. Firstly locating a bag containing a large amount of drugs he threw, then flushing him out of the woods into the arms of officers. March 14th. Today, a wanted male fought with officers and made off before disappearing. He was no match for PD Quigger, who picked up his track, pursuing him through difficult terrain onto a railway embankment before locating him cowering under a container. He didn't fancy a fight with Quigger. No, neither would I. Oh, you got a Springer. After a warrant was executed this morning on the Wirral, PD Will was put to use after colleagues believed items had been thrown from the rear window upon entry. After a search of the gardens, PD Will located a rucksack full of cannabis. Well done, Will. Looks a bit like Dougie. March 11th, PD Quigger, she's very busy, and her handler took pursuit of 2 males on a stolen motorbike which rode dangerously before they chose to abandon it out of sight. Not to worry, we found it and Quigger tracked the pair through the alleyways, locating their DNA-filled helmets and clothing well hidden. See you soon. March 11th, after a vehicle failed to stop for police and was pursued, the 3 occupants started to run from the vehicle until they saw PD Zara being deployed from the pursuing police vehicle. Funnily enough, they gave up. Zara soon caught up with them and made sure they stayed still. Bet she did. March 7th. Last night, a male broke into a block of flats and made off just before PD Tarot arrived to search the building. He may have got away just in time, but he didn't bank on Tarot locating items he left behind, which will be sent to our lab for forensics. See you soon. Well done, Tarot. March the 6th, a PCSO was on a foot patrol in Liverpool city centre when a male pointed an imitation firearm at her. PD Yoko and handler were nearby and conducted an area search, locating the male and detaining him. He made the correct decision not to run. Okay, what's up we got? March the 5th. Quigger again. Earlier today, after a violent shoplifter assaulted staff and made threats with a plank of wood before making off, fortunately for him, PD Quigger was nearby and hot on his heels. He refused to stop, resulting in Quigger being deployed. There's only one winner when Quigger is in pursuit. PD Poppy was on top form today. After a male assaulted his partner, he made off from the address, taking his stash of drugs with him. PD Poppy tracked him through the woods, locating 2 suitcases of drugs that he had tried to hide, and then went on to locate the male hiding in bushes. March the 3rd. Earlier, a male tried to get in the rear of a dress in Wirral before stealing items from next door shed and making off over rear gardens. PD Brutus tracked the male and found him hiding in a shed nearby. He had been linked to several recent offences. Arrested. Well done, Brutus. One more, March the 1st. After male stole a high-performance vehicle in a burglary, it was later sighted with 2 males running off. PD Quigger tracked the males considerable distance in a tricky environment, and although they evaded capture, Quigger located their balaclava and their gloves. DNA soon to be identified. Oh, we'll do one more, March the 1st. Last night, officers sighted some males involved in a drug transaction as they made off into a large construction site. PD Quigger began tracking the males through extremely difficult swamp-like terrain before locating one male hiding in thick undergrowth next to the M57 motorway. Bath time. So look, these dogs, they take a lot of training, a lot of upkeep. Police forces throughout the world, search organisations throughout the world use dogs for a reason. They do solve crimes. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye, guys.